one more turn. Episode 809, Impartially Partial.
It's not that bad, Max. You can still breathe out of your other nostril, right?
The left one, actually.
Max.
The whistle out of my right one was so bad this morning that when I took Max and Mora for a stroll, they asked if I could perform a harmony with the birds we heard.
But isn't my mother watching them in the mornings?
We swapped so that she could sleep in. Her choir's rehearsal went longer than expected.
She's in a choir?
Yes, dear, I told you this. After she told you this before that.
Well, of course it would be after if she told me before. She told me before?
We know you're busy with your classes on campus all day these days, and then watch the twins at night, so we're not surprised you're forgetting this.
Maybe my taking an extra course this term to move up my graduation date wasn't such a good idea after all. Then I wouldn't be on campus all day.
We discussed you taking them online, but you reminded me that you prefer face-to-face. Then with my live streaming from the house, the twins underfoot, and Riley looking for pickups from work.
Riley should learn how to take a reboot like the rest of those who don't have a car in this town.
Sure, as long as she doesn't run into...
You can finish that sentence the easy way or the hard way. Your choice, dear.
As long as she doesn't run into Reese.
What does Reese have to do with Riley taking a reboot?
Reese bought Pedro out of his reboot contract and is now driving for them.
I volunteer at Pedro's campaign office and I didn't know that?
He just texted me about it this morning.
Pedro contacted you? Does he know you volunteer for Evelyn's campaign?
He's never asked.
Max?
It's got nothing to do with his campaign.
He must be pretty darn confident he's gonna win if he left Reboot in the midst of it.
He hasn't logged any time doing it since the campaign started, and the company was getting antsy for him to do something about it.
Just how many texts have you two exchanged on this subject so far? Is our doorbell broken?
Pardon, Nora. I was just too busy arguing to even stop and think about it.
Was our door unlocked?
I was arguing too, but I did think about it and decided to try the handle anyway. Sorry, not sorry.
Avery, Nora and I are volunteers for your rival's mayoral campaigns, if you must know.
She didn't ask, and she didn't suspect Max, I presume.
Well, I wouldn't have thought either of you, for the politically volunteering type, that you're not supporting my candidacy for mayor doesn't surprise me. I also don't care.
We're not here about that.
I fail to see the point of us being here at all, Bella.
There's something I can agree on. What business could you two possibly have here?
I'm hoping you can set aside what happened with our foreclosing on your mortgage.
What made you think that this was really the best time to bring that up? We didn't bring it up.
Yes, Belle, really.
You had your chance to help us and block that move, Avery, so save it. Get to the point.
But I don't see Hudson with you. Joking, ladies. I'm joking.
I'm willing to consider what Nora might have to say on this subject, but Max...
Oh no, if you want my help, you'll listen to what he has to say too.
Max says lots of things. Just what subject are you two on about?
This really concerns more of a woman's prerogative, so...
Again, no. This concerns a man too. We can all benefit from a man's perspective.
Nothing is really going to sell me on Max being a man. No offense, Max.
None taken. I was voted most feminine in my high school graduating class.
You were not. Why do you keep believing that lie your brothers keep telling you?
I'd believe it.
Think of it this way. Max has not one, but two examples of working man parts.
You have made some questionable references in the past, but this...
I can get you a deal on some industrial strength brain bleach if you're interested.
Why did you use air quotes around what you said to Avery?
What air quotes? Who uses air quotes?
You do. You used them about the brain bleach.
Okay, you got me. I was quoting myself.
From when?
7 seasons ago.
You remember saying that then, but not your mother being in a choir now?
Long-term memory is not the same as...
Are you two done?
So sorry.
At least they know when and how to apologize.
They look like this wasn't the first time they've been called out on doing that.
You know darned well they don't have any interest in your life,
Ironically, yet you are here,
and you can be certain they've got nothing to do with Hudson anymore either.
and you're making it worse.
I think you're right about my apologizing, Bella.
Oh, really?
Yes, I should know when and how to apologize to myself, as in now for asking you.
Asking you what already?
I think we were about to find out.
Avery is pregnant. Hudson knows it's Caden's child. Hudson knows. Hudson wants to help raise the child as his own. Avery knows, but she wants to give up the child for adoption. Hudson may or may not know, but maybe you can talk some sense into her.
One More Turn. Written and created by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Edited by Dark Cloud. Directed and produced by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Characters in order of appearance. Max, voiced by Dark Cloud. Nora, voiced by Heather Pawprint42 Motes. Bella, voiced by Annalie Cardamandua Barney. Avery, voiced by Jennifer Lund. Sounds courtesy of freesound.org. Music by Kevin MacLeod. Voiceover by Sedgwick. Visit the One More Turn website at onemoreturn.net. Copyright Civilized Communication at civcom.net. On the next episode of One More Turn.
Do the math.
1 + 1 = screw over?
You are apparently quite acquainted with screwing over.
Says the woman with a sex tape with the same man we're talking about.
From the woman who decided to be with him knowing he had been on tape with me.